Finder.
Sick of Jermaine already. Like, see, that's why. Yo,
Good.
shit like that. YouTube.
He just mad because I speak facts sometimes.
No, YouTube. See,
I talk a lot of foolishness, but like throughout the foolishness,
I shouldn't even cut this.
Don't even cut it.
I shouldn't even cut
Good,
this.
YouTube.
I shouldn't even cut this.
Guy Bun is a fool. Welcome to the channel. We about to get active.
This is why yo, these mans cheese me, you know. But you don't have cursor finder. Like that's what I'm focusing on right now.
Obviously,
the cursor finder for the
I'm
trailer
just
for the
saying,
people
like,
that
yo,
is in it.
it would just
Yo, see how the man,
for your
yo,
particular
I'll
situation at the moment.
see how the man act unruly when we're together,
That's
yo.
why we're here. You know?
That's crazy, yo. Hello. This is your boy Brandon Correia, aka EF Hunt of Entertainment, and yes, we are back with another trailer reaction from D23 and a big one coming up that everybody is excited for. This is the Star Wars property that came out that probably maybe satisfied the fandom the most at a whole, without minimal people being like, nah, that was garbage, or that wasn't for me, whatever, right?
Anyone can get into this show.
Yeah. So Mandalorian came out for a season, tough. So
Tough.
this is probably the premier Star Wars property right now that's out to me. I think, like,
Coup de grace right now.
yeah, like not only quality wise, but like I said, that satisfies the fandom the most. So yeah, I'm excited for this. This is just a teaser trailer, but I'm excited to see what comes out of this. We were talking about before we even started recording, like, obviously, like, if we've all caught up on it. And again, like, season 2 ended with, obviously, Luke took Grogu, right? That's when Luke took.
Yeah.
That is when.
Oh no, Luke came to get the baby, but didn't the baby choose to go?
Or was that it?
What's his name?
No.
Oh yeah, he came back to him at the end, right? He came back. Did he come back to him at the end or no?
Did he come back to him?
I just remember Luke.
Why can't I remember this now?
All I remember is
coming
Luke
out
came
being
in and
black.
went nuts
Yeah.
to a distress signal. Yes, he did take Grogu then.
I believe
Yeah.
so, yes.
Yes, no, that is when he took Grogu.
I don't know why I'm blanking on this.
No, that is when he took Grogu.
Because again, because I remember at the end.
Because someone had to signal to him
Yeah.
to come to them.
Yes.
No, you know what? He followed Grogu's force. Something like that.
Okay.
System through the Force.
Yeah, something like that.
But that's I'm pretty sure because it
I
ended because I'm
just
gonna have to brush up
remember
too.
I just remember he came on the ship, went nuts,
Yeah.
handled all their enemies, bow.
Because
You know
one of
what
the
I mean?
big
And then they
plot
had a
lines,
conversation at the end.
one of the big plot lines that they ended with was Din Djarin obviously beating, what's his name, Moff Gideon,
Yes. Moff Gideon.
beating him,
Yeah,
and obviously
take it
winning
and
the
win
Darksaber.
The Darksaber.
And
that was also on the ship.
Him going to Bo-Katan and trying to hand it back to her, and she's like, obviously,
You can't
that
just
pride,
hand
you can't just hand it to me.
can't,
You know what I mean? You can't just hand it to them.
win in combat.
So I really feel like season 3 is gonna be really focused on Mandalore and the rise and
It's about time.
which I think talk about it.
This is the way.
So I think this is gonna be probably one of the best seasons yet. Season 2, I love both of the seasons. Season 2, I think I did maybe like a little bit more. If it seems like it's fuzzy to all of us, but again, it seems like this show is getting better and better. And if
I'm pretty sure that's when Grogu went with Luke, was at the end, and then he also defeated Moff Gideon.
But they come back together at a point, remember? Because
they come back together in Boba Fett.
That's what.
Because I told you I was blending off camera. I was like, I was blending it.
Okay,
No. End of season 2 of Mandalorian.
Thank you.
Luke comes to the ship, right? I forget why he was signaled, but he came to the ship to dun off the rest of the mans that were trying to get them in the cockpit to save Moff Gideon.
Okay.
Right? Then obviously he beats Moff Gideon 1-on-1, gets the Darksaber, gives Grogu, because he knows Grogu needs to be trained and he can't stay with him. And then he goes off with Bo-Katan. which gets thrown right with the dark saber. And I think in Boba Fett there was an episode later on where he's training against a bigger Mandalorian dude, and he's trying to use the dark saber, but he can't because it's too heavy because he doesn't trust it yet.
No, because Boba Fett is when Ahsoka shows up.
Yes.
On that planet with Luke.
Yes, but Ahsoka shows up in that season 2 as well.
No, but I'm more talking about just like that scene where I thought
because that's what I was remembering. I'm like, I do remember seeing.
Oh, you're remembering the
what's
scene
her name playing as Ahsoka?
You remember she comes
she's telling Grogu you have a choice.
Yes,
Stay trained,
and that's Boba Fett.
Yeah, that's
Boba.
Yes.
See, so that I needed that clarification. Yo, now the timeline is clearing up, and I'm sorry we were taking a while to get into this trailer reaction, but we were getting mad fuzzy. Okay,
because Ahsoka and Mandalorian meet in Mandalorian season 2 midway.
So Grogu is back with him right now, technically on the timeline, because he came back in Boba Fett. That's after.
Yes, right
so
now
he's back with him.
Yes, he's with him.
Okay, see, I was I needed that.
Unless at the end of Boba Fett he dropped him off. I don't think so.
No, because he made his choice.
Yeah, he made his choice
in Boba Fett,
which was a crazy choice. He don't give me a saber or armor. That was his choice.
You can't go wrong with either one.
You gotta go with the bond. You go with the bond.
Because at the end of the day, you're still gonna have your innate force abilities.
That's what I'm saying. Take the armor and get a saber later.
And it's like he still
will he though? Luke is stubborn.
He didn't want to give up his.
The bond was very strong.
Let's focus in. Let's get into this trailer. Now that the timeline is cleared up. So I didn't want. So now I wouldn't go into this trailer seeing that they're together and being like, "What?" in the middle of the trailer, being like, "How are they together?" That would have been a good reaction because I would have been dumb confused. Okay.
Yeah. Boba Fett. That's where they link up.
Viewers, it's clear again. All right, so let's get into this trailer.
Basically, that was Mandalorian season 2.5.
2.5, and that's what everybody was saying. No, that's a good way to put it. That's what everybody was saying. So. Okay, so now I'm clear. All right, let's get into this. Now that I know where we're at with the characters that are coming out of this show, because again, let's get into this shit, man. Let's get into this shit.
Let's get this shit.
This is the one that you saved? You are as its father. A clan of 2.
Interesting.
Yoda,
a clan of 2. 2 seems to be an important number in Star Wars.
Your helmet. Then you are a Mandalorian. No more.
Oh.
Why does that look like Anakin's ship?
Wasn't that the one that he repaired when he was on Tatooine? Remember the red
Yeah, that's
fraction.
Oh my god. Everybody's so good.
This shit looks great, man.
I was literally about to say that.
Getting into the Bo-Katan, I'm telling you.
Jeez, you gotta have these men
Did you
drop
think your
on
dad
you like
was
that?
the only Mandalorian?
Think?
That girl.
Oh, the girl's still there?
She gave him
She's a vital
kid.
blue piece.
Hang on. You ready for an adventure?
She was the one that had the ship. This other one broke.
Okay, Senor Peña.
Yep.
Senor Peña from Narcos.
Chop it like a knuckle.
So they didn't really.
Oh, it comes out next year?
Yeah, it's a teaser.
It's just a teaser thing still. I didn't think it was.
I'm not gonna lie, my mouth was down. I was ready for a little more.
Yeah, honestly, like it looks good, and it obviously they're highlighting. Like there wasn't a lot of dialogue in the trailer. They're just honestly like they're highlighting just how visually it looks, just cinematic. Like it really just they're like you said. Like I don't know if we said in the last video if you were saying it off camera, but that they're really just getting these shows to like a cinematic.
Yeah, all
level?
these shows are just
like they're really just
ever since Game of Thrones, all these like big
the
budget like all these big budget companies are like,
Well, late
bro,
Game of Thrones. Late Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
They realized it could work. Right?
Like 7, like end of 6, 7, 8 of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, facts.
Is when like that kind of changed like TV or like upper TV dynamic. Those people who have that type of money to spend it, now they realize that like if we spend it and actually make it look good, then like
They will come.
It'll get a better reception.
It gets
If you spend it, they will come.
For sure.
Legit,
So,
yes.
and again, what they highlighted, like there wasn't a lot of dialogue in this trailer. There was a lot of just like obviously shots of it showing visually handshakes between Mando and other people. But the only dialogue was really from Bo-Katan.
Honestly, there was actually a point that I noticed in it. I don't know. I don't think it was Bo-Katan speaking. I think it was his old master.
Is that
That
who
was
that
talking
is?
to him.
That
Oh, no,
girl?
no, you're right.
Right,
You're
but
right. In
like-
the beginning,
like-
saying
at
you're
the
not a
beginning.
Mandalore no more.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
but
that point
that
was very
That
interesting
was a
to me.
voiceover from last season when she banished the man from last season.
Oh,
Right?
okay, understood.
She actually, like Bo-Katan was sitting on the throne in the
she
throne
was like,
room,
"Where-
and Mandalore
where
being
were
like,
you?
"Where
Where
were
were
you?"
you? Yeah.
Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian? So like, just really just highlighting that tension that's going to rise kind of between them, and clearly she's pressed about not getting that dark saber. Like,
Yeah.
clearly,
I
right?
feel like she's on the throne of
Sounds
Mandalore
like a civil
without it.
war
Like,
about
is
to
she
happen.
really?
So yeah,
Oh,
interesting to
yeah.
see.
Civil War.
To see where that's gonna go, because again, it's not like he kind of has. Because remember in season 2, they like when she was explaining, she made a distinguishing like point that there's a difference between us and the Mandalorians that you were a part of,
Yes.
right? So, but because like he doesn't have that group anymore,
Yeah, he's by himself.
He's kinda
That's why she
alone,
said
like-
like a clan of two.
yeah, like I'm wondering,
baby.
yeah, exactly. Like I'm wondering what's, and obviously, you know, I mean, he has like his friends that he's made in the universe, like Boba Fett. Like I'm sure Boba Fett's gonna make an appearance in
I
this show.
hope so.
You know what I mean? Like for some kind of backup and shit at some point, right? So,
I mean, at least he could do.
but I'm interested to see if those other Mandalorians will get involved at some point, like, or if they'll kind of him and Bo-Katan will kind of resolve their shit at
I
some
feel like
point.
they're
So
gonna need to at some point.
So interesting stuff coming out of Mandalorian, and again, they're dropping a lot of. I was reading something recently where they're dropping a lot of Star Wars properties, but it seems that they're dropping them around this timeline. So it seems like it seems like they're kind of building up to just a lot of crossovers, and these characters just being able to cross over.
Yeah, and just round
At an
everything
instance,
out.
you know what I mean? Because like Ahsoka, the live action Ahsoka is going to be during this time. There's a show coming out called Skeleton Crew, directed by the Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man MCU movie director.
Okay.
That's around this exact timeline, right?
What's
So
that gonna be about?
that exactly I don't know.
very interesting.
But it seems like they're just building a lot of shows around this timeline, so a lot of
like
characters are able to cross over and stuff. So I'm even interested to just see what characters again are going to be in Mandalorian season 3.
All right, that was solid.
Solid. Any last thoughts?
Nah, that was literally a teaser. Like I
It's
was,
just- yeah, there wasn't much.
I
There
was
wasn't
so
much.
ready
Teaser.
for more.
For more, right?
knowing it was just a teaser. So I'm excited.
Hyped to see the space Spartans fight each other.
Nah, to see Mandalore finally live action is gonna be
actually,
crazy.
yes.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, that's a good point
Is
actually.
it Prime Mandalore?
No, because
Oh, it looked
no, it's
broke down.
it's
I think
broken.
it's-
It's,
what I
it's, it's
saw.
definitely
It's
broken at this
right?
point because
I think
Prime
Civil War
Mandalore
already
would have been in
happened.
Clone Wars
Yes.
when it was more flourishing. Not
Yes.
Prime because they were kind of on the downfall.
But
Still,
still
like-
more flourishing. Yeah.
Yeah, so
More
you're
of a
right
complete city.
because I was like, have they done?
So this was like post Civil War, and then she's basically getting it back.
Yeah,
Type
it
thing.
seems that she's trying
Or
to.
maybe
Yeah,
a
no. So this
continuation.
is not even
She's tryna-
post Civil War
Might
because
be
that
a
would have been Clone
continuation.
Wars.
Yeah.
There was a point after that where I think the Empire murked the
Oh,
planet.
that's
Remember?
right.
Remember they
Yes,
shot. They
yes,
made
yes,
the
yes.
planet like glass
Yes,
because
yeah,
they were
yeah,
just
yeah.
like
The Empire
firing like mad or like
went
you know what I mean.
nuts.
They just murked the surface of the planet, right? So that like Mandalore is murked. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
at this point.
It looked.
It looked
murked. Like,
So again, like you said, because I don't think they've shown Mandalore live action before, so seeing it live action will be really, really interesting. Really interesting. And again, I wonder if they'll do maybe some kind of flashbacks
They have to.
live action, maybe
Probably.
Cut it
Bo-Katan.
up.
You know what I mean? Show like young Bo-Katan in live action Mandalore of like flourishing Mandalore.
Yeah, I need it. I need a
That'd be
Bo-Katan
dope.
episode.
That'd be dope. Honestly, I really hope the season is literally just Mandalore shit.
Well, you know
Probably
how
not.
they like to specialize in episodes too, right? In Mandalorian, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, they'll dedicate it to one thing at a time. So I feel like we'll definitely get like a flashback episode for sure, where it'll be minimal Mandalorian himself, and mostly like a flashback of how things kind of got to that point. Like you said, the Empire destroying it. I'm sure they'll expose how that looked.
Yeah.
Oh, so like
know what I'm
flashbacks
saying?
of like
Like
the
a
Civil
flashback
War,
of, like,
and then
Them actually
flashbacks of
murking
like,
the planet.
murking
That would
the
be
planet.
so good. Yeah, that would be
Like,
so good.
She could be like sitting on the throne thing. You know what I mean?
No,
Flashbacks
that
of
would
place
be
actually
I could
getting-
see
that
that.
would be
and maybe how she
really good.
escaped. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and her and like her people,
Her crew, yeah, how they got out of it.
They need to show that. Nah, honestly, I'm excited for this season. I'm excited for season 3. And man, like I said, Mandalore is top Star Wars right now. So only good things to come from season 3. So that is it for this trailer reaction. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you're interested in content like this, subscribe to the Brandon Correia Network. I got
below.
reviews for Andor coming up, She-Hulk, House of the Dragon, Rings of Power. Me and this guy are gonna go see Woman King next week.
Yes,
Review
sir.
gonna be dropping for that. So content coming. Got the Brandon Correia long form podcast on here too. If you like really long form content, on your drives to work and stuff like that. Subscribe to the Brandon Correia Network. I promise you will not regret it. I appreciate you
sir.
for watching.
All
Catch you
angles.
next time.
God did.
Peace.